Oh yeah. Wait a minute, girl, can you slow down? Wait a minute, girl, what's the rush now? I wanna introduce myself to you. My name is one-on-one guy, to prefer nouns. I like the way you put your fists together. I like the way you do your hair in the morning. I see why all the boys want you, girl. YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with a DC Defenders recap video. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case, our DC Defenders. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. So yes, you guys heard it correctly. I am coming at you guys with a DC Defenders video of the XFL. And to be honest with you, I've been wanting to talk about the DC Defenders all season long, but I just felt like nobody was going to support it. Nobody was going to watch it. So I kind of was getting in my own way with that. But I had to get to a point where, like, I have to try something, because you can't really beat a failure but a try. Like, you know, you got to try new things to see. You never know, this could stick. And maybe you guys will like this. But I was kind of getting in my own way, saying, nah, nobody's going to want to listen to me talk about the DC Defenders. But who knows? I'm putting it out there now, and maybe you guys do enjoy the DC Defenders talk. But I couldn't have made my first video at any better time, because DC Defenders just clinched the Northern Division, okay, and also clinching home field advantage throughout the playoffs. And that is a huge deal, because I would go on record to say the DC Defenders have the best fans and they have the best atmosphere in the XFL. Today they sold out 18,000 at Audi Field today. 18,000 sold out stadium, and you could feel it. You could tell it was sold out. You know what I'm saying? And that goes back to my point when I make my Commanders videos and I say, this city, DC, the DMV, we're dying for a football team to be good again, man. We are willing to support. You just have to give us a reason. And if the XFL DC Defenders isn't telling you and isn't showing you that this city, this area is really is a supportive area, man. Y'all just got to give us reason to support. We will come out. We will scream. We will buy merch. We would do everything in a supporting way, as long as the team on the field is giving us a product to actually want to come out and support. And that is exactly what the DC Defenders have done all season long, if I'm being honest with you. And today was no different, as they actually beat the Austin Renegades in a close game, more than we would like it to be. Let me just put it that way. You know, what got a lot of fans excited about this game was, you know, DJ Swearinger, former Commander, former Washington R-word. He was a player that was really popular in this area, so it got a lot of fans to tune in for that, and he got an interception. Okay, so he came out and showed that this guy does not need to be in the XFL. He just going out there to put some tape on to show NFL teams that he still got it. And as a Washington fan, I love DJ Swearinger. I was mad when we cut him just because he spoke out on a coach, which was rightfully so, because Greg Bonuski was terrible, but that's neither here nor there. The DC Defenders, they played pretty well in the first half, you know, more than well in the first half, and then the second half things got close. It was 15-26, and then they allowed another touchdown. I know a lot of fans was you know, was a little bit, you know, kind of pissed off that they played D'Eriq King. But I will say the reason for that was obviously knowing that you already have a playoff berth locked up. It's no reason to put your quarterback in Jordan Ta'amu, who is also another former Commander, in danger. You know, but what I say to that is that I understand that, but to a certain extent, you got to put him out there and let him play it. And you know, especially when it's still a close game. You know, and then especially also when you have, you know, the potential home field advantage on the line. You know, you cannot put Jordan Ta'amu on the bench there. You cannot put D'Eriq King in that spot. And you see what happened when you put D'Eriq King in the game. He makes a god-awful interception, and it gave them momentum just like that, and they were right back in the game. Right back in the game after that pick, and you don't need to put him in the game. bro. Like and early in the season, I was pretty excited about D'Eriq King because I saw like the ability to use his legs. And I'll be honest with you, I did not really like the offensive coordinator for the defenders early on. Because I didn't like how he was using D'Eriq King. Because I thought D'Eriq King was pretty good. And I mean, now I see why they use him in the way they do. Because you cannot trust D'Eriq King. Jordan Ta'amu has a nice arm, has the size to play a quarterback. And I like him, man. You know what I'm saying? Getting the weapons involved. Our running game is amazing, man. I love our running game. Powerful backs, man. Speedy backs. Got it all. You know, and the defense, they played well in the first half. You know, kind of gave up some things in the second half that you don't want to see given up. But let's just talk about the refs for a second. The refs was not good either. The refs were not on our side. But hey, this is the difference about the XFL. You can't get away with a lot of things. Like in the NFL, you can get away with a lot of things. Let's just be real. All right, that was pass interference, bro. That was pass interference. He definitely hooked them. And shout out to the Renegades coach since that for actually challenging it. And as a fan of the defenders, no, I don't like that call. But let's be real. If we were on the flip side of that, we would have wanted that to happen. So I'm kind of 50-50 with liking this ability to challenge things like that. Because I know when it happens to my team, I want us to be able to challenge it. But then when it's us that's committing the penalty, I would like that rule not to exist. And then the 4th and 15. Hey, man, just a hell of a play by the Renegades, bro. Like, let's just call it what it is. Maybe, yeah, you can say soft coverage, no need to play prevent there. Get after the quarterback. You had him. You know, you had him. You got to make that play. You know, he stepped up, delivered a strike down the field. You know, and he caught it and moved the chains. And then when you get down by the goal line, I believe it was a 3rd down. We had a hit on a running back in the backfield. He bounced off of it and then got it down to the 1 yard line. When you got to make that play, you got to make that tackle right there, you know. And then later on they went in to punch it in. But the DC defenders have a lot to clean up before the playoffs. Let's call it what it is. They cannot allow teams like the 4-4 Renegades to stick around, man. You know, because when you get into playoff situations like that, that's how you go home. When you don't take care of teams that you should all, you know, really take care of. Jordan Ta'amu, 2 touchdowns, 1 interceptions on the day. Pretty solid day, pretty efficient day. Would like to have seen him play more. And I understand y'all probably like, Juan, you know, you want to keep him healthy for the playoff push. But you guys, as you can see how Audi Field gets, home field advantage is super important when it comes to playoff football, whether it's the XFL, whether it's NFL, whatever level of football it is, home advantage is important. So I understand wanting to keep him healthy, but you cannot have D'Eriq King out there in that kind of spot, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you want him to drive all the way down. Now, if it was in a red zone situation and you want to take him out, okay, I understand. But to put the final, you know, couple possessions in D'Eriq King's hands, to put us in a position that we ended up being in, having to, you know, get a game scoring, you know, or walk-off winning score, rather, in overtime, we wouldn't have been in that position if Jordan Ta'amu played the whole game. Let's just call it what it is. So, you know, played late, I should say. But yeah, man, you cannot allow teams like the Renegades to stick around when you know you're the much better team. You're the favorite. You didn't even cover the spread. The Renegades end up covering the spread, so that kind of sucks too for you bettors out there because you went into that game thinking, oh, the DC defenders got that. Especially after their first loss that they suffered a couple weeks ago, you're like, yeah, they got this, man. Ain't no way they're gonna come in and play with them. And then especially with the terms that was on the line, I didn't expect that game to be as close as it was. Now it makes for a very entertaining watch. I will say that. They tried to ice the kicker late, but he nailed it. He barely just got it in though. But it made for a very entertaining watch. It was plays made all over the field by this defender's offense, this defense. Like I said, Jungle Book swag. He you know, 2 spoons. He was out there, man. It was good to see him playing. They got Monte Nicholson too, y'all. So all my Commanders fans out there, they got a bunch of old Skins players out there, man. And it's fun to watch. You know what I'm saying? And I'm excited to see what this Defenders team do in the playoffs. And let me know, y'all. Do y'all like these Defenders videos? Again, this is something that I actually want to get more into. I wanted to cover them the whole season, but I kind of got in my own way because I felt like you all wouldn't have liked me covering the Defenders because
You know, not too many people is doing this just yet. But let me know if this is something you want to see me continue doing. The playoffs is coming up. This is the best team in the DC area right now. Capitals just finished a horrible season. The Wizards finished a horrible season. The Nationals are going to be horrible too. And all we got is the football teams. You know, the Commanders, hopefully, with the promising season coming up, with a new owner, with the draft coming up, and then obviously now the Defenders taking over, man. Northern Division champs, clinch a home field advantage. So let me know what y'all think about it down below. Next week, the final game of the regular season. Don't expect to see too many starters out there. Maybe for you know, a couple possessions or not, but nothing too serious. And then we'll get ready for the playoffs. April 30th, man. 18,000 fans, bro. 18,000 fans sell out. I plan on seeing that again in the playoffs. You know, one final beer snake. You know, the Beer Snake end zone or whatever, one final time this year, come April 30th, and hopefully we take control of that game and we don't play and we actually win. So let me know what y'all think about it in the comment section down below. More Defenders videos on the way. How do you feel about the Defenders if you're a fan of this team, or if you're just a local watcher of the team? Not even necessarily have to be a fan though, but you just watch them because they're on. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. As always, me and boy Juangotti. See you guys next time. I'm out. Peace. Cross me one time, that's gonna get you pop. Get you poppin', get you driving. Slide on the one where they get you locked on. I ain't stopping till I get me all the money.